What's happening, guys? I figured I'd take a little bit of a break from the sculpture because I read all your feedback on the plasma art, and let me first start by saying it really means the absolute world to me. This is the joy of my life, and to be able to share it and find that people enjoy it means so much to me. So thank you. Every comment I'm trying to write back in a timely manner, but if I don't get to you, I will try my absolute best. So what I have here is this is an antique cream can. Now, where this is different than most of my work is I did go ahead and cut this all the way around. So my dream is to get into doing light features. So my vision is to see this suspended from the ceiling with maybe like an Edison bulb in it. I did not cut out the bottom, even though I have done that with past pieces, because kind of expanding on my Edison bulb thing, I always like for things to have kind of like a fire effect. And again, that might be the fantasy novels I read, too much swords and dragons and all the fun stuff, but I want to find some sort of material. Now bear with me, maybe someone might have an idea for me. Is I don't want to say like that of like Brillo pad, but it's something a blend between like fabric and steel, something that's going to give me like the illusion of some sort of flame, so that when I light this it's a softer glow. And the reasoning for filling it is because when you cut something all the way around, you start to lose the design. So see, like we're using the flag kind of as a background here. The design starts to become distorted. So whereas I come closer, you see that's a rose, but when it's in the air, I have to fill this with some sort of, I wish I had a word for it. I feel like as if I have to create another element here. So what I'm going to have you guys walk through with me today is, here is one that's done, and here is one that's ready to be cut. And you're going to stick with me through this process today as I cut another light feature. All right, so I was eager to finish this piece in particular versus finishing the oil drum lid because I told you I do not force creation. I did not feel guided to work on that piece just yet. I think I'm really feeling guided to finish that next week. So a couple of things just happened, especially towards the end of the video. I'm going to put this in 100 mile an hour, whatever speed, so you're not sitting here with me forever. But you did witness me drop the piece. Actually, I think it was about 3 times. 2 out of 3 times I did catch it with them ninja reflexes. But that typically does not happen, and I'm going to tell you why. I have a rebar on the top of this barrel, and it is very, very warped because of all the work that I've done and the heat that's been applied. Now, I did change like the angle in which I was working so that you would be able to see, and I hope that when I watch this over again that you are in fact able to see. And now, I had the piece at an angle that kept pushing the rebar to roll. I don't typically do that. Towards the end of the video, I normally lay it and then cut straight down into the barrel, but shy of putting the camera up in the ceiling, I did not know how I would get a good camera angle to really show you guys this piece from start to finish. This is smaller than my milk cans. It is a cream can, and when I decided on the pieces I wanted to make today, I really wanted you to see something come to fruition from start to finish. So don't mind me with the dropping of the piece. It is okay. I did also kind of jump around a little bit because sometimes I could tell certain pieces are taking the heat better than others, and I don't want it to warp, so sometimes I'll kind of move off of an area if I feel like it's going to start to get a little too hot. Also, the sensible thing to do would have been to stop, and you probably notice maybe you're not able to see it in the hyper mode, but I did attempt to clamp the rebar in the mid-process, but I did not secure it on both sides, so it didn't stop it from completely rolling. When I get in a creative flow like that, I do not like to stop, so that is why I did not do the sensible thing and readjust, stop. I just wanted to keep rolling with it, so I just grabbed it, picked it back up, and I kept it at an angle where I hope you guys are able to see. I hope you enjoyed this. I'm going to switch the camera so I can get a little closer to this so you can see, or maybe I'll just bring it up to the camera. There we go. The piece finished. Now, this is something I talked about in my other videos, the negative space. So those flowers I did cut a little bit differently. When I dropped it, I was trying to cut this fern, and the stem on the fern was a little bit thicker than what I like, but by the grace of God, I have not encountered a piece that I haven't been able to recover from. And one of the reasons that I'm a metal worker and not a woodworker is if I mess something up, I can just weld it back together, and you don't really have that luxury with wood. So thanks for sticking with me. I hope you enjoyed this. This will be another light feature.